Crawley. Kyle, it's been a long time since we've spoken to you before a game. Mentally, how tough has the last few months been for you?
Yeah, it's been a tough time. Obviously, the start of the season for myself wasn't ideal. But fitness-wise, at the start of the season, I was in good shape, and then just before the suspension was up, the injury to my back. But it has been mentally tough. But I've come through it now, and here I am, available for selection.
And how ready do you feel? How much of a game could you get through, do you feel?
Well, we've had a couple of in-house games, with the scholars. Completed the best part of 60 minutes each game, and played the other day against Kidderminster. I think the answer to that is until I've played a game, see how far we get. You'll never know, but in my head that I'm mentally ready now.
And irritatingly as well, the last two games the gaffer's been looking to get you on for the last 20, and just situations haven't allowed that either.
Yeah, obviously I understand that. That's obviously not the gaffer's doing. It's situations arise on the pitch. A couple of early injuries, and that limits the gaffer's options. But it's been nice to be involved with the team. Obviously been on the bench last couple of games, like you say, and just be around the lads in that game situation again. Was very pleasing for me.
Obviously, you'll have watched a lot of Cheltenham this season, and it hasn't always been great to watch. But there's also the fact that you're not a million miles away as well. What have you felt has not quite been there for the team?
I think we have played well in games. I don't think I think the games we've lost we ain't been a million miles away. I think we've been lucky. I think luck's got a big part to play with it. But ultimately it comes down to our finishing. Whether it's strikers, midfielders, whatever, we've got to take chances when we're on top of games, and we've been on top of most games that we've played in, apart from a couple. But I'll just put it down to that. A mental toughness at for finishing chances off.
And obviously one of the issues this season has been Harry Powell having to sort of play his role and your role at times as well. I suppose this week no Harry Powell, so I mean that's another challenge for the team, isn't it?
Well, yeah, Pelly's this season he's put his stamp on games. He's even last season he's a big figure for us. He's takes a lot of responsibility around the team. He's a loud character, and he has been great for us this season. Obviously his suspension was going to come at some point. He's a combative midfielder, so it's a big hole to fill. But I'm sure whoever steps into his shoes or boots will do a good job.
And Crawley, barely spoken about them. Obviously flying high in the table, but I suppose the emphasis is on you being at home.
Well, definitely. I think being a home side, we'll be looking to obviously take all 3 points and take the game to them. We've proved against Luton, who are obviously higher than Crawley, that we're more than capable of matching teams and being better than them on the day. But like I say, it comes down to if we get the chances, we've got to put them away.
Finally, what will it actually mean to you to become a Football League player at last? Because it's been a long wait, and thanks to this season, it's been an even longer wait.
It'll be an amazing feeling to obviously make my debut in the league, especially for Cheltenham as well. It has been a long wait for myself, but if I get that chance, then it's time to knuckle down and concentrate on getting 3 points.
Good man, thank you. Good
Cheers,
luck.
thanks.
It's a difficult subject to talk about. But do you feel you maybe owe the team a bit after what happened?
I owe the team, yeah, of course. It was a mistake, and I've held my hands up for that. Obviously, I don't want to keep going over old ground, but having watching the tough start to the season we've had, it's made it a lot harder. If it was winning games left, right and centre, then it would obviously be easier for me to come back in the team and pick up where we left off, if you like. But obviously the boys know that I've held my hands up, and we move on from this now. So hopefully I can start knuckling down and putting my performances into the team.
Is that the thing now? You want to be Carl Storer, the Football League player, not Carl Storer, the unlucky one who's never made it to the league, or the one that was banned.
Of course, it's not it's not about me making my league debut Saturday, or obviously I'm available if I get the chance, but it's about 3 points, and I just want, like I said to you, I just want to get down, knuckle down, and start playing football and start enjoying it. I've enjoyed the last few weeks training with the boys, and being around that team spirit again. Because when you're injured, you're very much isolated, and doubling, triple sessions with the physios, and Gav's done fantastic job with me, and all the other boys. He's working really hard. It's just great to be around the environment again. So now to pick up and finally, hopefully get on the pitch and win some football matches.
What was going through your mind when that last week in the week that you were available again, and then the back went? Was it you're just thinking my luck is?
Yeah, you do think that, but then you can't be too down for too long, because it's a fickle game, football, and you've got to stay positive. And I'm around the right people, like I say, Gav and the gaffer and Russ and everyone like that has been fantastic with me, obviously for my injury and my suspension, and hopefully I can give something back to the side now.
You've had the back problem for a while, but you've managed it well. Is that the case? It's going to be a management job to make sure you.
Yeah, I think towards the back end of last season, it was when the problem started coming on. I had the rest for the summer, which did the world of good, and then I felt great through the pre-season. Doing sessions, and that felt strong. And then obviously, when you're back, as soon as your back goes, everything around it goes. So, hopefully that's been sorted now. I feel good now, and there's no pain. So, and like I say, the gaffer's put me through a few games, and I've come out with pain free. So, hopefully, I don't have to worry about just managing it now. Hopefully, I can just concentrate and get on with my football.
Just a word on Gav. The gaffer was in here last week calling him the Grim Reaper, because he only ever delivers bad news. You probably had a lot of time with him in the last few weeks. Downsy was full of praise for him when he came back from his injury. What would you say his main strengths are, Gav?
For an injured player, first of all, he's fantastic at his job, but how positive he is around injured players, because it can be a very obviously Downsy had a long-term injury, and obviously Morg's previous. Just Gav being positive around you, and just reassuring you all the time, and working hard, and he always pushes you in the right direction. But he's a fantastic person first and foremost, but he's a true professional, and he's great at his job.
Finally, will there be a little sort of sense of satisfaction the moment you walk over that white line for the first time, thinking, yeah, that's not just 8 weeks, 12 games, 3 months in the making, that's sort of 29 years in the making?
Of course it will. It'll be a massive achievement for myself and obviously my family. But it's like I said to you, there's no point doing it if we're not going to achieve anything. We've got to start picking up points and start getting up this table. Because I've been watching the games, and we've been a match for most teams. So as soon as we start getting 3 points, and that's got to start Saturday. It's a key game for us. The gaffer said that. So if we can win Saturday, hopefully we can leapfrog up that league table.
Have you picked up any tips, anything that you've noticed from scouting games?
Scout on a few. I think you get a bit more time on the ball. Our passing stats will appreciate that, but I think teams are harder to break down. So when you've got the ball, you've got to be a bit more precise with your passing. You've got to have an end product all the time, and that's been the key. And I think as soon as we've lost the ball, teams will try to counteract us quite quickly. But Saturday will be, if I do get on, it'll be fantastic, and hopefully I can bring something to the team.
Cheers, Oz.
Thanks.